Right, and we have Alex, semi-finalist from the last monthly on Dreadnought in 4th seed versus Samir on Burn in 5th seed. Sam, I'm sure you have many thoughts about this matchup you could provide to us while Samir resleeves this card.
I mean, I think that in general, my expectation is that the Dreadnought deck is looking to just like play a fast Dreadnought here, because like especially game 1, Burn probably can't do anything about it, and probably can't race like a turn 2 Dreadnought, and then like if you can't find it quickly and you go long, then you need to like actually worry about their pressure and stuff, whereas if you can just like slam a Dreadnought early, then you can kind of just ignore their whole deck.
I think that all makes sense, and looks like Samir is taking a mulligan, which is certainly not the place you want to be from the Burn side of things when you need to try and race a 12-12.
Yeah, post-board, I think it becomes kind of like combo versus aggro control, where the Burn deck is the aggro control and the Dreadnought's the combo. Because then the Burn gets access to like answers to the Dreadnought, and so they're just trying to go like pressure and then don't let them stick.
Yeah, and there's of course sideboard structures here. We will not be discussing the specifics of what are in each player's sideboards, given that Sam is in the top 8. But
and specifically playing the winner of this match.
Yeah, but from the texture, that can look everything from the Burn player has 4 Red Blasts and a couple of Artifact Destruction spells versus a much more dedicated sideboard to killing Dreadnought makes the matchup look more and more winnable. Although historically this has been a more lopsided matchup.
Yeah, and I think Alex kept a 1-land Dreadnought hand. I'm not completely sure about that, but that's what it looked like at a glance.
That's typically something I'm comfortable keeping from that side, though.
Yeah, and I think he had a blue card to pair with it, but I'm not completely sure about that.
While this mulligan is happening, I'm going to note that I am not Fritz Hoffman and Sam is not Will Hurst, and I'll get that fixed. Samir has landed on 5, taking his time. And we're off, Alex, with Island Go.
Mountain Lavamancer.
Grim Lavamancer from Samir. We see Opt from...
yeah, he has Deus Dreadnought Stifle, so he's really just looking for a land.
Oh. He opted in response and opted to daze the...
Yeah, which makes sense because he doesn't have another land to play, so he's just kind of time walking here and giving himself another draw.
We see another opt in his hand.
Yeah, he found the land, so it's looking pretty good for him at this point.
Yeah, Mishra's Factory out of Burn is a little bit strange. Pyrostatic Pillar is one you don't typically see.
I kind of like Factory in Burn. I think, I like small numbers of it, like 1, but I think it's really nice to be able to get recurring damage out of your lands.
Reminds me of the old boss slide deck where...
it's interesting that he's countering the pillar here. He has the ability to just slam Dreadnought, but he's respecting the pillar enough to not do that and take it a little bit slower. Which,
seems like Alex likes his long game.
Yeah, given that there's not a creature on the opposing side, he's kind of happy to just, trade cards and set up.
I would imagine this is a shuffle off this portent. A lot of the effects in that and on top require more mana than Alex currently has available.
Yeah, and he already has the Stifle. It doesn't do anything else here. He does choose to shuffle. Mostly looking for a 3rd land drop, but also it kind of feels like he just has everything he needs basically at this point.
Yeah. It's not reasonable to expect main deck answers out of Burn.
I would say the card he most wants to draw at this point is Foil.
Yeah. Second factory.
All right. So get some damage in, but doesn't develop the board.
And there's the foil. All right. Well, we see kind of the best possible draw from the Dreadnought side.
So he's out of days at this point, but he can Gush Foil in a pinch. If he doesn't need to do that right now, he has Counterspell plus Gush Foil.
Yeah.
Fanatic is probably not going to force the counter.
Nope. See an impulse off the top for Alex. Donk. Big 12 damage. And Samir's in check for next turn.
Yeah, with double counter, but so it
Looks like Samir falls to...
It's going to be hard to figure out what he could do to win. He needs to find 17 damage this turn or an answer to Dreadnought. I think both of those are impossible with his first two relevant spells getting countered.
Yeah. No, I think Samir is taking some time to think about sideboarding towards the end of this game. So, since it doesn't seem like there's anything he can really do from here.
Yep.
And that is the scoop. Sam, in general, like you made a comment recently about respecting the red deck and the number of sideboard cards. Do you think that the Dreadnought decks in particular need to be playing a substantive number of anti-red cards in the current meta, or like what's your impulse here?
The current meta locally is kind of difficult to know. It's been like, I don't think it reflects any kind of like global or Magic Online meta, and it's felt pretty different like month to month. Like this week there was a lot, or this month there was a lot of red. I don't think that was true last month.
No, there were 0 goblins decks last month, and there were 3 this month, I think.
Yeah,
people tend to turn over, and there's different players in the room.
Yeah, so it's tough to figure out how to like metagame for these. I think you just have to think about like, how comfortable are you with your red matchups? And as we just saw, game 1, you have reason to be pretty comfortable, although his draw was very good. He had the Dreadnought, which you don't always have right away. And then, you just have to like think about, how much do I want to be prepared for a red opponent who is how prepared, basically?
Makes sense. Hello to Waddle D Plays in chat, who says hello to Sam and I.
Hey, Waddle.
Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah, so it looks like he's looking to board out Chain of Vapors and Flash of Insights and bring in Blasts and... Was that webs for the factories? I think that was webs for the factories, if I'm remembering what I saw right.
I think those were kegs.
Was it kegs?
I think it was keg.
Keg is more traditionally appropriate for burn.
Yeah.
Plenty of creatures you're happy to kill with that. And then the way that Samir was sideboarding, I didn't really see anything on camera, so I have no idea how much he actually had.
I will say, main deck Pyrostatic Pillar is the kind of card that on the play against Dreadnought can be a difficult card for them, given that they can't really just do nothing because you're going to deal enough damage to them. And
I mean, if they have the Dreadnought, they don't need to cast very many spells.
Sure.
But if, especially like here, if you can get Pillar down and then like answer a Dreadnought, it can get really hard for the Dreadnought deck to operate.
Making Pyrostatic Pillar kind of like an effective. It acts very much like a 2-power creature in a lot of ways.
I mean, it can be more than that though.
Yeah.
Like this deck is looking to cast a lot of spells sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think Alex is doing Storm things this tournament, but
yeah, I just mean like often you play multiple
cantrips. Cast a lot of flashes, so.
Well, he is citing his Flash of Insights out, which is
reasonable.
Good to do against Pyrostatic Pillar. I don't think you want to take 4 damage to go up a card.
No, that's not where I want to be.
Like 4 damage and 5 mana to go plus a card.
It's pretty expensive.
Alex has correctly identified his card that is not appropriate for this matchup. Assuming that was Keg. Keg is obviously not going to be able to answer the pyrostatic pillar. So if that thing is down, and he sided at the chain of vapors. So if a pyrostatic pillar is down, it's just there.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not true, because he has blasts now. He can blast the pillar.
Correct. But I will make the point. It is the where standings landed at the end is very relevant, since Samir, had he gotten to be on the play 2 games, is makes this a very, very different matchup. Maybe not with those starting hands, but certainly Burn has a much better chance if they get to go first twice.
Yep. Okay, certainly was Keg.
Right, looks like 2 lands, Gush, Keg, Stifle.
It's at least 3 lands. And he's gonna... It's an interesting hand. Okay, so he chooses to keep.
Lavamancer from Samir, passes back.
Land is probably not what he was looking for here.
Samir plays Fnatic, gets in for 1 with Grim Lavamancer.
Okay, getting to kill 2 things with the Keg without taking like an enormous amount of damage for it is pretty good here.
It's pretty good.
I wonder if this is going to be an overload on the Keg. It is. That's dazable. Yeah, he chooses to daze it. That's going to, the Keg is really his action here. He can't end the game soon, so he needs to handle the threats that are there.
Is that Forgotten Cave? Samir played a tap land of some
I guess it must be. I assume he's not playing both Factory and Get to Encampment. But
plays Grim Lavamancer into Keg is an interesting choice.
Looks like he decides not to do that.
He
He's just
decides not
revealing a Grim Lavamancer.
Seems to be a discussion between the players about something.
Maybe about whether the Lavamancer was cast.
That
But I
seems
don't
reasonable.
know.
Judge can certainly be called, but it sounds like we're moving along. Another land for Alex is not where he wants to be.
No, he's in a hard spot here. He knows that there's a follow-up threat. He kind of has to deal with the threats that exist, and he just has, no action from there. Yeah, he kept a hand that was like a little bit land heavy because of the answer in the Keg, so he's trying to play an attrition game, but
Drawing
the
more
attrition
lands doesn't
game gets really punished when you draw more lands, and he sided out his Flash of Insight, so he's a little bit worse positioned for that game. So
Gitu Encampment.
it is Gitu Encampment. He is man-land heavy.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's thinking about whether he wants to attack with the Lavamancer or hold it back. If he holds it back, if the Keg gets popped, he can sack the Fnatic to put a second card in the graveyard and then activate the Grim. But by attacking here, he has the mana up, so if the Keg happens in combat, he can play another Grim to maintain board presence and pressure.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I like the decision to attack, given all that. We've already seen a daze. I think it's at this point you might as well just play into the daze, if there's another one. So.
Also, if I'm Samir, I have my opponent on being a little flooded because I haven't cast a lot of spells.
Certainly, where he doesn't play any cantrips or anything at the end of turn here, you should probably put them on lands. What else could they possibly have at this point? All right. We have a bolted end of turn.
Bolted end of turn.
The Gitu Encampment's looking great here.
Yeah, great card apparently. I haven't seen that card in a lot of burn lists, but maybe we see some new tech coming out of the tournament. He's go into combat just with the Mogg Fanatic, it looks like.
Yeah, I agree with breaking the keg here. Like, you just can't afford to be taking, this much damage every turn at this point. It does let the other Lavamancer down, but what are you going to do? What's up with this Fanatic?
Yeah.
Okay. We're just resolving things.
Yeah. Bolt Fire Blast? No, just the... Because we got the Lavamancer.
Alright, we're gushing in response to the Lavamancer. We can't let him have another persistent threat. Oh, he didn't board out... that's a blast.
That's a Hydro Blast,
okay,
yeah.
Right. Probably have to blast, but it's...
It's not looking good for Dreadnought.
No.
All of the creature lands are a real house against the mono blue deck that doesn't have any interaction.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the creature lands are fantastic against all of the draws that, aren't presenting in Fast Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And they also pair really well with answers to Dreadnought. The thing that I was saying about how, burn kind of becomes like aggro control here, the manlands play super, super well in that role.
Wow, and Pyrostatic Pillar, I mean...
Yeah, Pillar Resolving is going to be basically lights out, I think.
Yeah, Alex takes 4 from 2 creature lands next turn.
And attempting to resolve a Dreadnought is 4.
Yep, so... Looks like it's it.
You could stifle an activation and take just as much damage.
Yeah, there's many options for Alex to end up going to a game 3.
Yeah. So I think his best shot here is probably Gush, hope to draw Dreadnought, play it, and then hope that there are no burn spells. Because I don't know how you win letting these creature lands take another turn.
Yeah, I think that's where everything is likely landed.
Yeah, it feels bad to, Gush. If I don't draw Dreadnought, I do nothing. If I do draw Dreadnought, I probably die anyway.
Yeah, but
I don't know what the alternative is.
Your only line is to try and make it happen.
Oh. So this is going to force action because there's a factory that can wake up, so this is an attack for 8.
Yeah. Right. Gosh.
It's
Counterspell Dreadnought.
So he would have, if he had just taken my play last turn, he would have the Dreadnought in play. He can counter the Ball Lightning here, but he's going to take 2 from the pillar and 2 more from the factory and be at 3. And then he can only cast one more spell game, and I don't know how he can do anything that matters with... I guess the one spell has to be a blast on the pillar. Those are back in his hand.
And that is it for Alex.
Yeah, I wonder... I assume the Dreadnought play wouldn't have won, but it would have worked.
Yeah, it would have worked. It would have played out exactly as you stated, Sam. Waddle D asks, which of these decks would you rather play against in top 8?
I would rather play against Dreadnought, so I'm rooting for Alex here. Although I do like... Well, I guess... The lands in Samir's deck are good against me. I do have a Sabo's Web, but I think overall I would rather play against all mountains than a mix of mountains and creature lands here, despite the Sabo's Web. Singular. I need to answer all of their threats, and that's just extra threats.
Would have turned out well if the powder kegs were actually Sabo's Webs in the last game.
Well... Yeah, I don't know that he was supposed to keep the hand. I don't know if he would have kept the hand if it's web, because then he doesn't have an answer to early creatures.
Looks like Samir's watching some sports. Live on stream. We love to see it.
Your opponent's playing blue. It's good to have a backup plan.
I mean, you got to check your parlay. You got to go to DoorDash, figure out what you're cooking for dinner. Speaking of dinner, Sam, did you make a meal this past week?
Yeah, I expanded my tech tree in the vegan arts.
Oh.
I made like vegan like chicken style cutlets for the first time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Out of like I'd say like ignoring the like seasonings, it's like vital wheat gluten and a little bit of chickpea flour and like water and oil and some silken tofu. So you like blend liquids and then make a dough out of it and then steam the dough.
Okay.
And then bread and deep fry that. So that was.
So it's like vegan chicken strips.
Well, so it was for a katsu curry.
Oh, gotcha. Very, very cool.
So it was like a cutlet that was then like sliced into strips and set over the rice and then curry poured over
very,
it.
very good. Sam's curry is fantastic. Highly recommend pinging him on Discord for the recipe. I don't know if you give it out, but like it's great.
Yeah, this one was a pretty simple like out of the box like golden curry, Japanese curry. A little bit of like grated apple and veggies and stuff, but the like more elaborate part of the meal was certainly the chicken ish. And we have a great hand
Nuts
from
hand
Dreadnought.
from Alex.
If you're me, you're happy to see this. That looks like Dreadnought. Is there there might not be another piece for the Dreadnought.
Is there a vision charm, I thought?
No, there's
just
Days Foil
foil.
Gush. So we need to find one of the blue cards, and we're Dreadnought with a lot of backup, but we do need to find that blue card. And we don't have any cantrips for it. We're just hanging out.
Do you fire? I think you just cast Powder Keg here, probably.
It's like play the Powder Keg to get it ready, or hold up Hardcast Days. That's pretty close. I think I like playing the Powder Keg because you're missing a land drop, so you don't mind that much if you have to like pick up for days. And Alex makes the same decision.
Samir fetching.
Given that there's not a 1-drop, I think if the keg gets killed here, I just let it go.
Mm-hmm. I am super happy if I'm Samir and I see and my opponent lets me do like 1-for-1s themselves with the keg. But if it's something like a jackal pup, assuming Samir did not board them out, which is like a reasonable thing to do, given that if the Dreadnought's in play, you're probably already losing and you need 2-1s. But if you trade a jackal pup for a powder keg, I'm pretty happy as burn. Samir takes a draw.
It's interesting to see how aggressive Alex is going to get with this gush in terms of just like trying to find it.
Grim Lavamancer.
Lavamancer is probably not worth double dazing here. I think that's probably going to land, given that we have an answer to it on the battlefield. Yep.
Uptick to 1 off keg, draw step for Alex, and we have Impulse. It's the kind of card I want to see if I'm...
Yeah, for sure. I think I would probably just pass here. Well, I think I would activate the keg and pass. I think that you don't really want to try to get greedy about killing 2 things with the keg, given that Samir didn't play... he didn't play creature on 1, so he probably doesn't have a lot of 1-drops. So this keg isn't going to kill 2 things. It's not even going to stop his development, most likely. So I'd rather just cash it in to buy some time, and then pass with my choice of Daze or Impulse available, or both. But it looks like he chooses to let the Lavamancer untap, which is also fine. Like, the Lavamancer is not representing a particularly relevant clock into the Dreadnought coming down soon, so
Samir thinking through what he wants to do with this Grim Lavamancer, assuming we're still in the main phase.
We're impulsing at some point
At
in this
some
turn. I have
point
no
in
idea where
Samir's
in this turn. This might be his end step. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no idea.
We found a
There's
stifle.
the stifle.
It is legal to take a different card, but not recommended.
10 out of 10.
There is a blast, so like I understand what he's thinking about.
Yeah,
but I want to jam here.
Yeah, no. Like I'm untapping, popping powder keg.
Oh yeah, you do want to use the keg before you play the dreadnought, since you're not going to ever want a keg after you dreadnought.
Might as well catch your value somewhere.
Yeah, so he drew a vision charm. So he's in a kind of interesting spot where he could, like, gush to be able to replay a land to play dreadnought with stifle and vision charm up. And an advantage to doing that is if, like, you'd want to gush first so that you have all the mana available in case, like, your stifle gets blasted. You could then, like, use the vision charm to save. But if you do that, you don't have the ability to daze. But Samira has 3 mana up, so it's not clear that the daze is, like, going to be relevant here. So it's pretty interesting to me in terms of, like, whether you just jam the dreadnought or whether you gush first to have the extra mana available while you're resolving the dreadnought.
And there's 2 foils in Alex's hand, right?
I think it's 2 days, 1 foil.
And we see pass from Alex.
That is interesting.
It's possible that Alex is his consideration here is, like, if I get one more land drop, there is no way this
Right.
this
Yeah, he's not under any real
dies.
pressure. He cleared the, like, 1 creature. He, like, has the, dazes to, like, not need to worry about, like, I mean, I don't know. The daze is, like, going dead quickly here, but that's an awkward one for Alex.
Jamming last turn right now looks really good.
Yeah, I think that the play that I like the most is, like, float 2, gush, then go for dreadnought. But now we're here and we need to decide how we feel about this pillar.
Is it insane to,
like, you
daze
could,
foil here?
Oh, that's interesting. No, you don't want to do that because you don't have another island. Like, you need to have 2 mana next turn. You could, like, double daze to tap him out so that, because you don't want to daze later. So you could go, like, daze, like, pick up for the, like, hard cast, then pick up, tap him out. Then you can replay the land and go, like, dreadnought vision charm. And then the vision charm isn't there for Samir to kill. And then, like, you get to untap before he can do anything about it. And you still have 2 lands in play, and you have the gush in play, so you can, like, float and draw into a counterspell or something like that. So there is some value to tapping Samir out here, and the dazes are, like, kind of dead, getting deader fast. So
We're seeing
he's
gush.
going to gush in response. Full respect for the pillar. Are we getting the red blast on the gush? Okay. Well, if he wants, he can still foil. Presumably the pillar or the red blast here. Those islands are in his hand, despite he's leaving them on the table to show Samir the known information. But
How many?
I think discarding a daze is pretty free. I don't love going down to 1 island available, but I also don't love letting pillar resolve.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
Island important?
Don't know what else you would do. Oh, is he gonna? There's no way he's gonna try to stifle the Wooded Foothills.
There's no world.
Yeah, because you need. Well, I mean, I guess he could theoretically try to justify it because he does have the vision charm still, but I don't think that would be the right way to go. All right, so he finds a factory, so he might just stop there at second land is good enough, and then he can. So he's putting the stifle above the impulse. I would think.
I don't think I want to draw second stifle.
Yeah, you want to draw the you want to draw the impulse,
and then hopefully fetch like get some piece of protection with the impulse, and importantly shuffle the stifle away, like not draw that card.
So, if your goal is to avoid drawing the stifle, that does mean you're not playing the Dreadnought next turn, and you're just like passing and impulsing, which is in line with how Alex has been playing this game, but.
Certainly prioritizing these kind of like long, like set myself up for Dreadnought.
Yeah, he's not. He's made it clear that he's not interested in jamming the Dreadnought. He wants to, establish a protected Dreadnought. If he was into jamming it, I think that he could have done that much earlier.
Mm-hmm. And it's not an unreasonable way necessarily.
Oh no, it's totally given
matchup.
That he's not under any pressure from the red deck. He's if the red deck's hand is just a bunch of lightning bolts and stuff, like those cards just don't matter in the way this game is playing, and he's fine to just take it slow.
Ball lightning from Samir's side potentially. A morph.
We got a blistering fire cat. All right, so we are slamming the Dreadnought here.
Alex has said, I am jamming.
Overload. In
Daze catches a card.
Yeah, Daze catching the Overload is huge here. And I think that the fact that, he was baiting, like, turning on the Daze, I think is why he jammed here. I think if Samir doesn't play the Morph, there's no way the Dreadnought's cast that turn.
For sure. Samir flooding out a bit here as well.
Yep.
Puts him in a difficult spot.
Yeah, no other answer to the Dreadnought. It means this is looking very rough.
Again, this is one of the difficulties with playing the aggro control plan from the burn side is your overloads are not worth 3 damage. Your blasts, they can certainly interact, but if you don't have a clock, they're
right. I mean, like you're certainly not trying to this strategy is I'm not trying to burn you, right? Like I'm just I just want pressure and to answer your Dreadnoughts until my get to encampment and Mogg Fanatic kills you.
But you need to land the clock first.
Well, you need to. The bigger issue is you need to stop the Dreadnought from sticking.
You need to not die.
Because I didn't do anything. I kept drawing. I drew 3 more lands and the Swords of Option. So I couldn't do anything.
Assuming you're considering all of his life choices.
I think he's thinking about how much damage he can deal here, which is 9, 10, 11, 12, if I'm right about that being the Blistering Fire Cat. But 12 is far cry from 18, unless he's, he has, I think, only 1 card in hand, which is not going to be 6 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are flipping up the Fire Cat.
That's 10.
Now what? If this is secretly has 2 cards in hand and they're both Fire Blast, but no, I'm pretty sure that's exactly 1 card.
Yeah.
All right.
And that is the game.